Hello ladies and gentlemen, Brian H. Waters here. Just finished recording the episode Break It Down with Brian H. You know that we're on the heels Money in the Bank this Sunday, and I said I'm gonna rank all the Money in the Bank winners. I looked at the list and I said I'm gonna rank them. So sit back, check this out.
No, baby, that's for somebody else. We're just gonna keep you right where you're at right now.
It doesn't matter what you think.
The Wrestling Realm presents Break It Down with Brian H.
So, Money in the Bank winners. Number 19, Baron Corbin. Without a doubt, worst Money in the Bank winner. The cash-in was stupid. Granted, everybody's not supposed to cash in, but I didn't understand why they put it on him. And then when he cashed in, it just didn't make any sense. Like, he went out there, he hit Jinder Mahal, and then first he hit Cena, but not enough to incapacitate him. And then he hit Jinder Mahal, rang the bell, and Cena was able to distract him. So the Money in the Bank briefcase didn't make sense with Baron Corbin having it, and it sure enough didn't make sense with him cashing it in. Number 18, Mr. Kennedy. Why? Just simply because he never even got a chance to do it. I know they say he got hurt, but we're going from a kayfabe point looking at this list. Mr. Kennedy, number 18, like, he would go ahead and lose his shot to Edge. Like, he put the briefcase on the line. No. So, number 17, you know what? It's John Cena. I know he had the briefcase during the time when CM Punk was on his run. He decided to cash it in on a 1000th episode of Raw, but still, just Cena didn't need the briefcase, and sure enough, it was just kind of a waste that year. Number 16, Damien Sandow. You may say, why Sandow? Well, here's the thing, right? With Damien Sandow, with him having that briefcase, it gave us hope, gave us excitement. Maybe he could win. But then he had it at the wrong place, the wrong time, a time where they was getting ready to merge the belts, and therefore Sandow cashing in, we knew he wasn't gonna win, especially with the undisputed championship coming up, or WWE World Heavyweight Championship match coming up that year. It was just, all right, now we put it on him, we changed our mind, we got to take it off of him. So Damien Sandow, he comes in at number 16. Not so much his fault. If it was the top list of who cashed in unsuccessfully, he would probably be number 1. Number 15, CM Punk, when he cashed in on Edge, he did it on Monday Night Raw. To me, it was just whack. I remember watching it. I just wasn't a fan. So CM Punk, he's definitely the one who probably the first person on this list who cashed in successfully that's at the bottom of the list. So, I just wasn't a fan of that one. 14, Jack Swagger. It was cool, but does anybody remember his title reign? Yeah, he won it at WrestleMania 26. And then cashed in that Tuesday or Thursday on SmackDown. But still, I think it would have been better if he would have just cashed it in that Sunday, right after Chris Jericho had retained the title against Edge. Number 13 is Kane. Now, we're getting into where it's not so bad, but it's not so great either, and that's why Kane is the unlucky number 13 for me as far as Money in the Bank winners. Just that, he had a decent title run. Unfortunately, it was like, it felt more of a we owed this to you. It was a veterans leadership. You've been loyal to the company. Here's the Money in the Bank briefcase. So number 12, Alberto Del Rio. Del Rio's cash-in wasn't that bad. It's just that after, when he had it, his title reign was so lackluster because we didn't care about him. We cared about what was going on between CM Punk and John Cena, or CM Punk and Triple H. He cashed in during the Summer of Punk. Probably would have been best if he held it on just a little while longer. Number 11, Randy Orton. As we get into it, he's right in the middle. Me personally, I wasn't a fan of it because I'm a huge Daniel Bryan fan, but it made sense because this one carried us into the Daniel Bryan feud. So that's the reason why this one made sense. But overall, hindsight being 2020, it was a good cash in, and he held the title all the way till WrestleMania. Number 10 is Sheamus. Sheamus is another cash in. This is at Survivor Series, first cash in at the Survivor Series. When he cashed in, it made total sense. We waited, or his fans waited so long for Roman Reigns to get the title, and finally gets the title, and boom, he gets Money in the Bank cashed in with the confetti falling down. I thought it was great. And it set up for Roman to get that ultimate cheer when he did beat Sheamus for the title. Number 9, CM Punk, when he cashed in on Jeff Hardy. Ultimate heat move right here. You know, he said y'all was happy when I cashed on Edge, but now y'all don't like when I cashed on Jeff Hardy. You know, it made sense. That was a good turn for him. You know, Jeff Hardy was hurt. It set up a good rivalry between the two. Number 8, Dean Ambrose. How cool was it that he cashed in on Seth Rollins right after Rollins had just won the title? We got all 3 members of the Shield holding the belt in one night, but we also got Dean Ambrose giving Rollins a payback of his own medicine. Number 7, Carmella. Carmella cashing in was phenomenal. She cashed in on Charlotte Flair right after Charlotte, 2 days after Charlotte had put on a classic match, probably one of the best women's wrestling matches in the WWE history with Asuka. Now here comes Carmella finally cashing in after a lot of teases, so it was a perfect timing. Now we're getting into, you know, top 6. Well, before we get into our top 5, but number 6, Daniel Bryan. Now, not because he's my favorite, because obviously he'd be number 1. The good part about Daniel Bryan was when he cashed in, he kept promising us he was going to wait till WrestleMania, but instead, here's the little guy cashing in on the giant. Yes, the Big Show. After Big Show had just won the title from Mark Henry right here in Baltimore. I thought it was great, phenomenal, great cash in for Daniel Bryan. Swerved us all. Who knows? And this would take us into the Yes movement, because when he won the title, he was obnoxious with it and had that slow heel turn with all his annoying yeses. Then we have number 5, RVD. Now, his was the first cash in where he made an announcement that he was cashing in, and he won his title match at One Night Stand 2006 against John Cena. And it made so much sense. You have an ECW guy going for the biggest prize in the WWE, and he's going to do it at home in his company, in the home birthplace where his company lived, at One Night Stand. Phenomenal. He completed the job by getting it done. Number 4, The Miz. You remember The Miz, girl? Who would have thought The Miz would have cashed in his Money in the Bank contract? I thought it was perfect. Miz coming out there right after Randy Orton had just had a crazy match with the Nexus. I believe it was Wade Barrett. He had also defended the title the night before, so Miz coming out there, picks up the pieces, 1, 2, 3, and then we had the Miz girl who would become famous forever, and Miz would become the most must-see WWE champion. Number 3, Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler's cash-in was absolutely phenomenal, no pun intended. Right after, day after WrestleMania 29, this was the night where Raw After Mania became solidified. We knew Raw After Mania was special, don't get me wrong, and I would go back as far as WrestleMania 14, but WrestleMania 29 made Raw After Mania solidified as far as you seeing the crazy crowd chants. And it was right there when Dolph Ziggler cashed in. He is the reason why that New York crowd earned a salami. Number 2, Edge. It was the first one. We never saw it coming. We never knew how it would be, and then when he did it, oh my goodness, it was great. Edge, without a shadow of a doubt, number 2. And that just leaves us at the number 1 cash-in, ladies and gentlemen. It has to be the heist of the century, Seth freaking Rollins, when he cashed in at WrestleMania 31, the first and only person to cash in at WrestleMania, when he beat Roman Reigns 1, 2, 3, taking the belt from Brock Lesnar, and after those two had beat the crap out of each other. We never saw it coming. Nobody knew it was going to happen, and at the end of the night, it wasn't Roman who was crowned, it was Seth Rollins who was crowned. So ladies and gentlemen, that is my top That is my Money in the Bank rankings. Make sure you go ahead, subscribe to the Wrestling Realm. Make sure you tune in. Anything you miss, we got you covered. Make sure you tune in each and every week to Break It Down with Brian H. So long, everybody.
Mr. Brian Waters.